Greetings! Welcome to the devlog for hot dogs, horseshoes, and hand grenades. We're going to start off as always with a quick sound check. Make sure your speakers aren't up too high. Wonderful. So what have we got for this week? Well, this week is mainly a patch and polish build, as I have been taking a rare, actual, mostly week off from work. But I wanted to get another release out today, both to deal with a few little UX things related to the index controllers, but in the process of tuning some of those, I ended up coming up with some improvements that help other platforms as well. So let's dive into it. So the first thing, and this is index specific, is that I have changed the activation angle for the wrist menu. A lot of folks were like, what the heck, Anton, why do you have to go like this? Well, I didn't know that this was bad because I'm super bendy man. So apologies, this is now way easier to access. So let's pull open our options panel, and the reason that you actually can see my webcam here is I'm going to be doing some stuff related to input, and I figured it would be easier if you could see my hands. So let's lock this. Let's take a look at what has been added. So affecting everyone under smooth locomotion options, and you'll notice a theme with a bunch of this. A lot of this is tied to sprinting behavior. Is that I've added a new speed option here above WTF bro called perma sprint. What this does is make your movement speed in touchpad and twin stick mode the same speed as though you always had sprint enabled in the fastest mode, except you don't go faster if you also sprint. So the max speed is still capped at what it was before because I've balanced so much of the game around it. But in the case of this, for those who don't even want to have to bother with a sprint button, there you go. I'm amazed that some of you can stomach this. All right, next thing here. One thing that was asked is for those of you who are using Arm Swinger and are on Index or WMR controllers, I got a request for people to not have the basically the right stick snap turn you like this when you're in that mode. So that can then be disabled. So that's there. Now this is the big one. This is the big change, which is our twin stick sprint mode. And if we look at this, so with our left stick click here, before the way this had worked is if we pressed forward, I'm going to make sure these are in view of the cameras here, and clicked in, that sprinted. Now as you can see, I both have to grip the controller a little harder to do that, and for some people that doesn't work at all on their stick. And so I have changed this behavior. You no longer have to actually press it forward, you can just click it in, period. Now, even clicking it in on index, you can see I still need to have at least one other finger sort of braced on the controller to do that well. Some people don't like that. So I wanted to provide another option, which is right stick forward, which frankly, any of you out there, other devs who are doing index setup and bindings, I thoroughly recommend this. Just have the right stick be sort of auto forward plus sprint. So here's regular forward, sprint. And I don't have to hold, importantly, this left stick down to do it. So, which ironically makes it so that you can just play entirely with the right stick going fast. Wonderful. So that is in there, and let's go back to our main menu. There is one other option of relevance, which will default here. This is AX button function. By default, this snap turns, and this is relevant on index and rift. So if I hit, you can see here, if I hit my A buttons and X buttons, or well, that's what they are on touch, I think they're just A buttons on these controllers, we snap turn, but there's a new option, experimental, which is the ability to jump. Ooh, my tummy doesn't like that, but for some of you, it's easy peasy. And so what this allows you to do is say sprint towards something like so and jump. Oops, we did not go high enough. I don't know which gravity I'm still tuning the jump height. There we go. You actually have to have a little bit, there we go, of a running start. Boop. Oh. I think I'm going to give that a little more clearance. There we go. Wonderful. So there you have it. So for those of you, I know a number of folk were like, oh man, Meat Fortress is fun, but without jumping, I sort of feel restrained. So if you can stomach this, this will be in here. I might actually edge the jump height up just a little bit further. And for basically every platform that you can enable this, you're not really taking with CV1. You're probably going to have to be in a room scale setup to use this super conveniently, to have turning and jump at the same time. Either way, you can configure things to your heart's content. And then the last thing I did want to show off, because it's been a week, so this is no longer a spoiler as far as I'm concerned. If you're getting index controllers and you don't know what the special thing I added is, and you don't want to see it ahead of time, go ahead and turn the video off. But I'm going to turn on our special, super advanced tracked meat technology. Boom. Oh yeah. Wiggly meat fingers. Look at them. They're so wiggly and jiggly. So, I know I have a bit of a history with this game of giving folks what they ask for, but not necessarily what they wanted. And so, folks were like, I want hands! So here you go. These are all the hands that I have to give you. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Oh, gross. Ugh. Oh, it's so disgusting. Can I shoot them off? Sadly, no. So there you have it. There's some meat fingers for you, folks, and a whole bunch more Locomotion options. I hope you have fun with it. Let me know if I broke anything, and I'll see y'all next week. Peace. No, don't flip them off. Boop. There we go. Wiggly meat fingers. Bye!